Welcome back, guys, and today we are back on with my brother's Open Manta i240 project. And as you can see there, we've now actually got this car all flatted back and all masked up. Now the aim of the game today is to get this car in primer. So take you for a little look around it, show you some of the bits we've had to do, some of the repairs we've had to do. So had a couple of little bits of repairs on this front panel just to straighten everything up, get all the lines nice. Again, it's all been masked out, all the engine bay's been masked out. We've got all the windows masked, all the door shuts have also been masked. So a little bit of a repair here on the scuttle panel. There's a bit of a dent in there that we've had to just skim out. We've flatted back all these little vents and grills. Cleaned all the window edges up. Now if you remember, this car actually had a new roof skin. We put a roof skin on this car that wasn't new. It was actually a used panel. These panels are not available new. So this is basically a roof that had been cut off a car many years ago. We prepped it up and we've actually welded it onto this because the original one had a massive big glass sunroof in it, which just didn't look nice, and we wanted to get rid of that. Easiest way to do that was to replace the roof skin. However, once we got this roof fitted and we started flattening it back and doing a bit of work on it, you can see it's had to have quite a lot of repairs because there was quite a lot of dents in that roof skin. It is an 80s panel, so as you can imagine, it's had quite a bit of abuse over the years, and it was just full of little dings and dents. So we've skimmed all those out. We've flatted the whole car back now to about 320 grit, which should be plenty. Should leave a nice bite for the primer to get hold of, but it shouldn't be, the scratches shouldn't be too deep as to where the primer is going to sink back into any of the filler or the old paint. We've done some bits of repairs on the C pillars and the A pillars. This is where we joined the roof. So if you remember, we'd actually cut it here and we welded this new roof skin on across there. We've done it all the way underneath across this edge there, which come out really nice. And then again, this is where we joined it on the A pillars. I'll take you for a little look around here. Also, we now have these i240 wheel arches bolted on and bonded on, so we've had to remove these off the car again. We've put a load of tiger seal behind, basically, stuck them back on, bolted them back on, and we've also made some aluminium brackets that go from this section underneath, basically, to the car. So there's a bracket that bridges this to the car, and it's now all absolutely solid as a rock. That isn't going anywhere. A little bit of a repair there where there's a little dent. All the sills have been flatted back. A pillars all around the door apertures all been flatted back, ready for some primer. Around the back panel, just had a couple of repairs here just to straighten this up. This has actually had a bit of a dent in the back panel behind the bumper, so obviously when we took that bumper off, we picked up on that. We skimmed a few bits of dents out on there. We've had to do a little bit of a repair here on this corner as well. Same again around here, the kit's been bonded on, bolted on. We also actually ran a little bead sealer, nice and tidy, nice thin seam all the way around the kit, just to blend the kit into the rear quarter. We didn't want to fill it full of body filler. That should look nice and tidy once it's in primer. So yeah, lots and lots to get on with, guys. So I'm going to take you over to the bench now, show you what products we're going to be using, show you how we mix it up, what sort of mixing sequence we're going to do, what brand of products we're going to use, and we'll start to lay some primer on this car. So this is the stuff we're going to be using today. So we're going to be starting off with this, which is basically a panel wipe degreaser. So we're going to be giving the car a good rubbing down with this stuff first, clean it all off, make sure there's no bits of silicone and stuff on the shell. This will take off any bits of silicone, grease, anything that could have landed on the car while we've been getting it prepared for the priming stage. So we're going to get some microfiber cloths, give it a good rubbing down with that. We're then going to go around it with a tack cloth, and then we're ready for the primer. So this is the primer we're going to be using. It's a Silco product. This is a high build primer, so we're going to be giving it a couple of coats of this, and this is the hardener that goes with that. And then obviously we've got our mixing cups, some paint strainers, and then we've got our spray gun. This is the one we're going to be using today. Just a Devil Biss finish line, nothing special. It is only for primer. We do have better guns that we do use when we're actually putting paint on the car, but this is plenty enough for the primer. So I'm going to get the pots out now. I'm going to put the phone on a stand. I'm going to start to mix some paint up. I'm going to get the heater going. I'm going to get some heat into the panels of the car. It is quite cold in here tonight, so let's get some heat in the car first. And I am going to be warming up the primer as well. Some people might pull the face at that, but what we do once we've got the primer in here or the paint in here, we're just going to put it in the microwave, ping it for 20 seconds just to get the paint nice and warm, and it does help for that paint to flow through the gun with it being quite cold in here this evening. So by the time we've got some heat into the panels and we've got the paint warmed up, it should lay on nice and thick as well, because this is going to be a 4-to-1 mix and it is a high build, so it should go on nice and thick and nice and smooth. So let's get some paint mixed up, guys. Let's start to get this on the car. Right, so we've got our panel wipe, microfiber cloth, dash some panel wipe over here. Don't be shy with this stuff, get plenty on. It does dry up pretty quick, obviously it is solvent based, so get your rag nice and soaked up. Start to wipe this car down. We've got the heater going, you can probably hear in the background getting some heat into these panels. Again, there is probably many different ways you can do this, guys. I'm doing it my way. I've done it this way for years, never had any issues with it. Yeah, I know it's not perfect, priming this car in this kind of environment, but it is what it is. We're using the facilities we've currently got. It is very well ventilated in here. We will be opening the door before we start to paint. So let's get it wiped down, guys. Let's get it nice and clean, get it ready for some primer going on. As I start mixing some paint up, guys, some primer even, pop the lid off. Should always give this a good mixing up. Now if you notice there, that is all separated. Obviously this has been sat in the tin, you can see on the top there, you got all the binders and whatnot just sat there on the top, so make sure you do give your paint a right good mixing up, or your primer, before you start doing any work. So I'm going to give this a good mixing up for 5 minutes or so, make sure I've got all that stuff off the bottom, all the goodness right from the bottom of the tin, and then we'll start mixing it up in our mixing pot. So as I said earlier, guys, we are going to be doing this at 4:1. Now on your mixing cups you'll have all sorts of different things, like this is a 2:1. This is generally what we'll use for the final coat, basically the top coat. We usually do that 2:1 with about 10% thinners in it, but for this stuff, because we want it on nice and thick, it's a high build primer, we're going to be doing it at 4:1. So that's 4 parts paint to 1 part hardener, and then we'll just thin it accordingly just to allow it to flow out the gun. So I'll put a little bit of thinners in first, probably put 10% in, do a couple of spray outs, see how it flows through the gun. If it's still a little bit thick and it's coming out a little bit clumpy, we will thin it down a little bit, but we'll get to that stage once we've got it in the gun. So there we go, guys, she's now in primer. Now I've just pulled the masking paper off the engine bay just to make sure that it hadn't blown through anywhere and we hadn't got any primer on this engine bay, because I'd rather try and get that off while the primer's still wet if it had blown through anywhere and crept its way through any holes that I'd not seen or anything like that. But as you can see, masking paper's done its job, and there isn't actually any overspray inside the engine bay. So there we go, that is the colour the car's going. We painted this engine bay quite a while ago now, just so we could get the engine in, get this thing running and driving, which it does now. You can see the videos of the engine install and getting the car running and driving basically further down the channel if you want to have a look at those videos if you are just joining this for the first time. This is a C20XE Vauxhall red top engine, pretty much running standard. We're not going for any crazy power or anything. Obviously it is more powerful than the standard 2-litre engine that you get in there from factory. So in fact this was a 1.8, so it was even slower. If a little bit of a walk around, this is the first priming stage. Now what we will do next is basically once this primer is completely cured, it is still a little bit patchy because it is still drying in places. I've had the heater on for a while. It is dry for the most part. It's kind of touch dry. The plan for this now is basically we're going to guide coat this, and the whole idea of this stage of the primer is just to highlight any little bits that we couldn't see during the prepping stages. So we'll give this a dusted guide coat, we'll flat it back down with something like 500s, maybe 600s. Some people go down to 800. I don't think we need to go that far down on this car. Because it's had quite a lot of repair work, it's always good just to go around it, get some primer on, start to guide coat it, and then sort of identify any little areas that do need repair. I've spotted a couple of little bits, nothing major, but as you can see, guys, she's looking straight, she's looking good. 3 coats of primer on there. Back panel's looking nice and straight. Kit's looking well, it's blended in pretty nicely. I did mean to take that fuel flap off, but I forgot, so I've ended up just priming it with it on. Again, this is just the first primer stage, so we will be taking that off when we do the next stage of primer, and obviously for the final painting stages when we put the top coat on. So yeah, happy with that. It's come out pretty well. Nice and straight, she's looking good. Plenty more videos coming on this. We've got the Ferrari still going on, we've got the Manta i200 going on, we've still got the Rover as well, and we do have some other interesting cars coming to the channel later on down the line. We are in the process of moving my main business to a larger facilities, and in that facility we are putting a full-size commercial spray booth in, and also we will be putting a car booth in, so it will help us out with these projects later on down the line. It's going to take us a good few months to get everything set up. We are keeping this unit for now just to do the sort of the welding work and stuff like that on these cars. It's my main business basically that we're moving, so we will be doing some of the cars down at the other place, because as you can see we are running out of space here. So just to have the option of doing some of the projects down at the bigger unit and also doing some of the projects here will help us out massively, and we have got some big projects lined up in the near future. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. If you have, please do hit that like button. Please consider subscribing to the channel. If you know how to hype the video, please hit that hype button as well. It really does help push the video out to a wider audience. And we'll see you all on the next one.
I couldn't suffer in silence, I ain't a suffering man. I don't wanna read too much.